It's time for Rebel Sports on MyLocalRadio.com and 98.3 KADQ. Rebel Sports is brought to you by Rocky Mountain Power, Ready, Rich School District, Town of Randolph, Evanston Regional Hospital, Come On In, West Art Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, T7 Propane, Station on Main, Stacy's Repair, Ellingford Brothers, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, Bear Lake Realty, Independent Software Solutions, Jimmy John's, Dr. McKay Frankum, Crawford Trough, Woodruff Corner Store, Our Bakery, Mound Valley Cattle Company, and the town of Garden City.
Welcome, Rebel fans, to senior night in Randolph, Utah, here at Rich High School, where the Rich High Rebels will be battling the Bear Lake Bears on senior night. We've got an interview with Coach Tyson Larsen to start us off. We appreciate you watching online at mylocalradio.com. We are streaming only tonight, so no radio broadcast, but we appreciate you tuning in for a special night.
For our coaches show for wrestling, which is a first for this year, and I'm excited to talk to Coach Larsen. Coach, last week I talked to Coach Cornea as part of our Where Are They Now, so I knew you'd be offended if you were left out, so I'm making sure that you're getting some love as well, and I'm being totally sarcastic about that.
Oh yeah, I never get to do these. So.
Yeah, you've never been on the radio ever, so I wanted you to get that experience. We're, a month and a half since football ended, roughly. How is the transition each year from football to wrestling?
It always takes just a little bit, and I think for some of the kids it does. Is after Christmas break, I feel like kids are starting to be a little more locked in, and we've noticed even just this week the practice is ramped up, and we're having to ask a little less of the kids to put forth a lot of effort in practice just because wrestling season's weird because with the break and everything, it's actually pretty short comparatively to other seasons. We're a month out from being done. So that's what we told the kids yesterday is like, hey, if you love this sport, you better enjoy it because it's done in a month. And if you hate it, then suck it up. You only have a month left. And it's football preseason.
And so last week the wrestlers went to a big tournament, a big one every year is the Bear Lake Invitational. However, it's, named. How did the boys do over there? And we'll talk about the girls at Mountain Crest as well.
Yeah, no, they did well. I joke with people, wrestling is one of the hardest sports in the world to coach because I feel like rarely do you ever leave a weekend being 100% satisfied across the board. There's always kids that do really well that you're happy with, and then a few kids that might have dropped the ball here or there, just made a few mistakes, and so you can't not hurt for those kids while being happy for the others. Overall, I thought we did well. One of the biggest highlights was Austin Van Syke, some of those lower weights, and he's kind of had some up and down years. He placed as a freshman, and he's a senior this year, and we were excited. He wrestled really well and wrestled a couple tough kids down at the 138-pound weight class, which is always tough. He made the finals and took second. So we were way proud of him. Hudson Perry and Wilkes Weston also were the other two kids that placed. That they took second as well, so they had a really good tournament. Honestly, our goal, we're fine if we drop some matches throughout December and January, as long as we're ready and fine-tuned, primed for the state tournament.
I mentioned, the girls went to Mountain Crest. Let's talk about the girls just in general. What's it been like, Coach, from my perspective of not being super involved, but just more of a fan? It seems like the girls wrestling program's been a huge success since it started just a few years ago. It seems like Rich always has a handful of girls that are doing really well. What's it been like experiencing the pioneering of the girls wrestling program?
Well, just like you said, it's been cool because there's been a few what we call hammers on the team. Like Nia Jolly, to name one, is continuing her career down at Air Force, doing a little wrestling down there as well at the same time. There were quite a few girls that worked really hard and have done really well, and it's kind of been fun to see that excitement and see them push as hard as they do. This year we're a little younger, but even then we still have new kids in the room, even just freshmen that are making splashes here and there at different tournaments. And then we have 2 seniors, Nina and Hillary, who have had really good seasons and hopefully are able to get it done at the end of the year as well. They both got invited to the All-Stars for the girls team. So we're a little lower on numbers this year, but overall kids are working hard and there's a lot of excitement there.
The fact that girls wrestling has not been around super long, and we've already had, as you say, Nia Jolly and Mika Anderson go to the next level and wrestle. So it's a very cool thing. Well, Coach, thanks for taking the time to chat with me again. Feels like it's fall again with us talking and doing an interview. Good luck this week. It's senior night. What other meets are there this weekend?
So we have Bear Lake. That's the senior night duel here at home, and then we go to the Bountiful tournament, both boys and girls. And the week after, I believe we duel at Grace, and then we go to a tournament up in Idaho. And then the next week is when we'll have the divisionals for the boys, and the girls will just be at just a different tournament. They don't need numbers, don't require divisionals for the girls programs yet.
Gotcha.
And then state will be 2 weeks following that. So divisionals will be all the way down to Monticello. So
okay. Gotcha.
Good road trip there, and then state will be in Richfield as usual.
Well, Coach, good luck, and I guess we'll chat, mid-August next time? We'll talk to you then.
Sounds great.
We appreciate Coach Tyson Larsen taking some time with us to catch us up on what's happening. We'll take a quick commercial break and be back. You're watching Rich High Wrestling on mylocalradio.com.
WattSmart is Rocky Mountain Power's energy efficiency program. WattSmart provides rebates to residential customers for energy efficiency upgrades made around the home. Devices and appliances that use electricity in your home can usually be made more efficient, and that can save you money and energy. When you decide to make upgrades, we have rebates available for you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
Rich County, Utah is a place where your neighbors are also your friends. A community where traditions matter and every person is important. These community values translate into an excellent school system filled with caring individuals who are committed to each student and their success in the classroom, on the field, and in life. In partnership with the entire community, Rich School District empowers learners to attain excellence through citizenship, wellness, collaborative teamwork, and academic excellence.
Welcome, Rebel fans, to senior night here at Rich High School against the Bear Lake Bears. And maybe what we ought to talk about first a little bit would be the all-star duels that took place last night at UVU. You had 4 Rebels competing: Hillary Rex, Nina Hillier, Boston Jolly, and Jordan Johnson. Out of those 4, the sole winner was Nina Hillier.
Yep, Nina won a great match. The other 3 had some really tough opponents, but wrestled really, really strong as well. But Nina had an outstanding match, came back from behind. She was about down 8-9 points and ended up pinning her girl in the 3rd round. So it was a great match for Nina.
Well, when I talked to Boston today, the gentleman he was supposed to wrestle wasn't there, so they threw him in to the Lions Den against a 5A All-Star. And I said, well, you probably learned something. And he said, yeah. He likes to shoot, and it was over in a hurry. But I think it was 2nd round that Nina pinned.
I believe it was 3rd round.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
Well, what's senior night mean to a wrestler, Jaden? By the way, Jaden Larsen, my host or co-host tonight. What do you remember from being a wrestler on senior night?
Oh man, there's not very many home duels, so the few that we had, I guess sometimes it felt like senior night every night. But the last one for sure, as a senior, building up, it's just there's a lot of pressure and you're anxious, but it's so fun to wrestle in front of your home crowd. It's one thing to wrestle these same opponents on tournaments on the weekend, and you feel like those matches don't matter quite as much, but these matches when everyone's watching, your team's watching you, it's pretty fun to just rally with your team.
I will admit it's nice to see the unity and the strength that even the young men and the young ladies offer each other in the wrestling. They don't always go to the same meet, but the enthusiasm they have for each other, if they are at the same meet, is crazy. I love to see it, and that's what Rich High's all about.
Yeah, I love the moments when we have kind of some newer wrestlers that they don't have very many wins under their belt or none at all, but it always seems to happen that on these duels, home duels for sure, that we always have a new wrestler or someone pull up an upset of a win, and it's great for the team, it's great for them, and it's really, to me, it's what's wrestling all about is building those relationships and seeing your friends succeed on the mat.
Well, it's hard to see seniors go, and it's hard to believe that in 2 weeks you've got regionals, and in 3 weeks they'll be headed to state. It's been a quick wrestling season, probably a little bit shorter than some. I don't know. This seems that to me.
Yeah, wrestling season's normally a little shorter than basketball season, but this year it seemed pretty extra short. They cut it by a week when COVID happened. They took away a week in between. They made them wait a week to go to divisionals and state. They kind of took it away, and then they never kind of gave it back. So there's always been a little bit less tournaments up since then.
Well, we are probably about 10 minutes away from this one. We're going to take another commercial break because we're not sure how many we're going to be able to sneak in later on. So we'll hear from our sponsors. We appreciate them, and be right back here on mylocalradio.com.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. From insulation and scaffolding to paintings and coatings, our crews are standing by to assist with new construction, maintenance projects, facility shutdowns, and more. Contact us today to ensure your assets are protected and functional. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Welcome to the town of Randolph, located in northern Utah. The first group of settlers came from St. Charles, Idaho in March of 1870. We are a town of great extremes, from 90 degrees in the summer to minus 40 degrees in the winter, and we hold the record for the coldest temperature ever recorded in Utah at minus 50 degrees. Randolph is a small, friendly community that strives to preserve our rural heritage and small town feel. Enjoy the feeling each time you visit Randolph. Go Rebels!
Welcome, Rebel fans, to Randolph, Utah on senior night. We have got the Rebels all lined up, but we're still looking for some Bears. Here they come in through the door as we speak on cue. Got another thing going on this weekend, Jaden, and that would be the regionals for the girls cheer. They have already left, so it'll be a little bit quieter in the gym tonight without the cheerleaders here. They are competing tomorrow morning in Corner Canyon. And as Coach Coney mentioned, these wrestlers will be competing at Bountiful on Friday and Saturday. And if you're looking forward to a good weekend, get some basketball in Kemmer, Wyoming for the tournament. The lady and boys teams will be in action on Friday against Kemmer. And then they both play Big Piney and Farson on Saturday. And that'll keep you busy of the weekend for Rich High Athletics.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to add with wrestling this year, kind of a rule change, scoring change that kind of happened. Those that haven't been following wrestling this year, they changed how many points a takedown is, and it's kind of changed how matches kind of go. So they get 3 points for a takedown instead. In the past, it used to be 2 points. And so when we're neutral and on our feet, takedowns are vital, and then when we're in scoring positions on top with points near fall, when they're near their back, they count up to 4 near fall now, and you get 4 points instead of 3. So we see a lot of different kind of scoring situations. It's been a little bit different to get used to. That we have some high-scoring matches here.
I appreciate you throwing that in, Jaden, because I would have been confused tonight because I did not know about that change. So I would have been saying something's wrong with the score.
Yeah, we've had a couple matches where a tech fall is when you win by 15, and if you're a decent wrestler, it's pretty easy to get to 15 points with the new scoring change.
And we will see if we can catch Principal Jesse Calder as he welcomes the crowd and announces our seniors.
So we would like to take a few minutes in honor of our special seniors that have put in great effort and great time here at Ridge High School through the years. Seniors, if you could gather your parents really quickly. We're going to call your names and have you escort out onto the wrestling mat.
So Principal Calder announcing the seniors. I'm not sure how well you can hear them, so we'll see if we can echo what he says for you. This has got to be a tough night for a coach.
Yeah.
You've put in a lot of, that's an understatement. You put in so much time and effort and watch these wrestlers grow. So first one that's coming out onto the mat is Nina Hillier, daughter of Coyan and Rebecca Hillier.
Second senior, we have Hillary Rex, daughter of Amy Tuller
And
Jaden and Ashley Rex.
Hillary Rex, daughter of Amy Tuller and Jaden and Ashley Rex. And it's good to just see her wrestle this year with all the injuries that she's dealt with. And one of the managers, Allie Livingston, daughter of Scott and Christina Livingston.
Jasmine Erickson, daughter of Katrina Erickson.
And another manager, Katrina Erickson, daughter of Jasmine Erickson, daughter of Katrina Erickson.
Jordan Johnson, son of Jared and Jenny Johnson.
And Jordan Johnson, son of Jared and Jenny Johnson. He competed in the All-Star Duels last night as well.
Austin Van Syke, son of Amber Nichols and O.C. Frazier.
And our last senior, Austin Van Soik, son of Amber Nichols and O.C. Frazier, and he's another one. Some of the physical challenges he's gone through in his career, it is amazing that he's able to survive.
It's good to see him healthy this year.
Again, we're just so thankful for their leadership on the wrestling team and in our hallways and classrooms. The season is still very young, and we're looking forward to see what these guys can do this season. So we're very proud and we're thankful for these Ridge Rebels. Thank you all.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier as a coach it's hard to see some of these wrestlers go. I feel like in wrestling and other sports, certain wrestlers kind of vibe with certain coaches as they go throughout their wrestling career. There's certain coaches that kind of know their situation more than others, and so you really develop close relationships with them. So it's hard to, when they're on the mat, you feel like you're on the mat.
Right.
And when they lose, you lose. When they win, you win, and it's hard to see them go.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to give the mic to the seniors so they can give some thank yous to the coaches.
We just want to thank all of our coaches.
And I hope we can hear Hillary.
We have Cooper Cornea as our head coach, Oliver Peer, Lisa Jolly, Tyson Larsen, and Jaden Larsen. And we each got them a coach's present. We're so thankful for all of them. We got them medals because in our hearts they're number ones. They're doing all the work all the time, and they do so much for each and every one of us. So we're very thankful for them. And okay, I just also want to thank
Little classy act by the Rebels as they're going to recognize the seniors from Bear Lake.
Thank you, seniors. If I could get everyone to please rise and remove your caps. Sophomore Dottie Morse will lead us in the national anthem.
There is definitely one thing that Rich High does not lack, Jaden, and that is talent in the music department. Dottie Morse with a beautiful rendition of the national anthem.
Yeah, I think we're going to start here with a face-off. I think they're probably just going to do the varsity matches. They're going to start with the girls.
At 135 pounds, we have Katharina Smith versus Sophia Reed.
We'll have Katharina Smith at 135 versus Sophia Reed from Bear Lake.
At 140 pounds, we have Hillary Rex versus Kaylee Beard.
At 140, Hillary Rex from Rich and Kaylee Beard from Bear Lake.
At 155 pounds, we have Nina Hillier.
155, Nina Hillier and Savannah Harper from Bear Lake.
Now for our boys face-off.
Now we're going to move to the boys face-off. We'll start the weight 150 with Jasper Johnson versus Porter Little from Bear Lake.
At 157 pounds, Hudson Perry versus
And 157, Hudson Perry versus Joshua Gutierrez.
At 165 pounds, we have Wilkes Weston versus Brent
At
Thompson.
165, Wilkes Weston versus Grant Thompson.
At 175 pounds, Ryland Goff versus Jared Goostree.
At 175, we'll have Ryland Goff versus Jared Goostree.
At 190, Bailey Weston versus Tazen Nelson.
And 190, Bailey Weston versus Tazen Nelson.
At 215, Boston Jolly versus Andrew Jensen.
215, Boston Jolly versus Andrew Jensen.
At 285, Jordan Johnson versus David.
285, Jordan Johnson versus David Philatrolt.
At 106, Ross McPherson.
And back to the lightweights, 106, we'll have Ross McPherson, and he will take a forfeit.
At 113 pounds, Taggart Stewart versus
And at
Cruz Smith.
113, we'll have Tag Stewart versus Cruz Smith.
At 120, Scotty Wakefield versus Kason Talbot.
At 120, we'll have Scotty Wakefield versus Kason Talbot.
At 126 pounds,
126, we'll have Jackson Jolly versus Sorum Reed. Now, 132, Bo Gutierrez will win by forfeit. And 138, Austin Van Syke will also win by forfeit.
Tough way to end your senior night is with the forfeit.
Hopefully they get him a match. He'll get a match later in the day, later in the night, though. And then 144, Devin Hogue will also have a forfeit. Yeah, for those of you wondering the order, for the boys we started at 150. They actually pull a number out of a hat to determine what weight you start at. It isn't ever 106 like in a traditional tournament. So we'll start at when we start the actual duel between the boys, it'll be 150.
One thing we haven't talked about, Jaden, is the fact that this is against Bear Lake, and a lot of these athletes not only know each other from the wrestling mat, but they know each other from just life in general, and that creates a lot of rivalry. I know the football game earlier in the season was intense, so I would expect to see that as well.
Yeah, it definitely plays into it. And it also, this last weekend they were at Bear Lake, so some of these kids, they might be wrestling the same kid they wrestle over the weekend, or they've wrestled in past years, and it's just kind of an ongoing rivalry between them.
Get to see each other on a regular basis.
That was one of the things I didn't like as a wrestler. I hated wrestling the kids I'd wrestled before because there was a certain status quo. If you beat them, you have to keep beating them. But yeah, there's quite a bit of pressure as a wrestler, and you wrestle kids you've wrestled before.
Yeah, unlike other sports, I guess in basketball you get to see them at home and away, but you don't get to see the same opponent very often.
Yeah, they were doing a coin flip out there. The coin flips, determines who gets the choice when the second period rolls around, so they go odd or even on the matches. And so we probably won't really know which ones will have the choice. We'll tell you who chooses, but so they don't flip a coin during the duels. That's how it's determined by that. So in bigger duels, bigger schools where they're trying to win the duel, they'll have certain wrestlers where they want that coin toss, so they have their choice that first round. So it's important in some matches, but in our case, in these smaller duels, it's not quite as important. So
see if we can adjust that camera a little bit and see if we can catch the front part of this mat. One thing we don't have, Jaden, is a grade on some of these athletes. We don't know freshman, sophomore, junior, senior.
True. Yeah, so first up right here, we'll have Katharina Smith and Sophia Ream. Katharina's got a nice single leg. And Katharina will get a takedown for 3 points.
I'll do the best I can to keep us updated on the scoreboard.
Yeah. Katharina's working for a chicken wing right here, and looks like she's going to get some near fall points scored. And she wins with the pin. I was with the girls this weekend at Mountain Crest, and Katharina pinned quite a few girls in the chicken wing. That's starting to become one of her signature moves. We'll have Hillary Rex versus Kaylee Beard.
Got to admit, without the cheerleaders, a little bit quieter gym than you're normally used to.
Hillary's looking for she was looking for a headlock there, but slipped off the head. But looks like she's still going to get 3 points takedown there. Yeah, so Hillary's got that leg trapped right there, and she's looking for it's what we call a stack. It's where she goes overhead and pins her shoulders. It can be a hard move to get girls in. And they're in a little bit of a scramble position here. Hillary's hanging on for control on top still. No points have been awarded for the reversal.
Got about 40 seconds.
And then we just have locking hands. I believe that's locking hands on Hillary. So the match probably stopped here in a second. Yes, we have locking hands, so that's 1 point bare leg. It's one that gets new wrestlers and experienced wrestlers a lot. Sometimes you think you're in a good spot, but then you lock hands and it's a penalty point. And so they'll let that situation play out on the mat for a second to give the bare leg, the other opponent, a chance where it's an illegal move. That's why they don't stop it immediately, because they let them. If they can score from it, then they keep going. But it looks like we got 30 seconds left in the first period, and they didn't have any change, so it's 3-1. There's a caution green on Rich. Caution's where they didn't set up right. Looks like Hillary's fighting for a chicken wing there. She was going for it. Now she's looking for a crossface.
Riker. Got about 7 seconds. This is going to go to the second round, looks like.
Kind of in a scramble position right here. And no points were awarded, so Hillary's up 3-1. And Red's going to have the first choice. And she defers back to Rich.
So Hillary gets her choice.
Yep. So Hillary chooses bottom, which sometimes puts you in a little better scoring position at times, depending on what you're good at. Hillary goes for a roll there, almost gets caught, but she's kind of more in a scramble position out front now. She's in a decent position to score here. That's a 2-point reversal. Now she's back on top. Hillary was doing a good job at keeping her broke down as a top wrestler. As long as you can keep their hips on the mat, you're not exerting yourself as physically, and you're just working for a pinning combination.
Halfway through the period.
Looks like Bear Lake's either going to get an escape or a reversal here. Reverses Rich. Bear Lake's looking to get some near fall points, and right here, yeah, we're getting some near fall points.
Got 25 seconds to go.
Yeah, so there'll be full near fall there if Hillary can't fight. And Bear Lake wins with the pin on that one. Scramble situations, a lot of times you never know when you can end up on your back.
And I will say, after a rough night last night, Hillary's got a long week.
Yeah, it's four nights of wrestling.
Yep.
4 days at least. And now we'll have Nina Hillier versus Samantha Harper right here at weight 155. And Bear Lake gets a good deep shot, looking to finish it. And she does. She finishes it in a double leg. Bear Lake takes the lead with 3 points. Looks like Bear Lake's just working on trying to keep Nina broke down, but she's doing a good job keeping her hips up, not staying broke down, then work to another move.
Halfway through the period.
Looks like Bear Lake's working to lock up a cradle here. Sort of had a locked up cradle there, but wasn't locked up enough to get Nina to her back. We got about 20 seconds left in the first period.
Ten seconds to go.
Looks like Rich will have their choice to begin with. Coach Corney is talking with the ref here, probably about some points or some move or position that was happening on the mat. In wrestling, a lot of times it's the ref's personal judgment. When it comes down to it, there's only one of them out there, and so they do their best to call it right, but sometimes coaches see something a little differently, and they'll just want to talk about it. So,
well, I won't.
Rich deferred to Bear Lake, and she chose neutral. What were you saying, Rob?
I was going to say, I've only seen like 1 or 2 different referees. He seems to be the common ref to make the trip to Randolph. Is that just me?
Yeah, I believe he's from Evanston or in the area, so we get him pretty frequently for these duels. Bear Lake, they just got another single leg takedown, so the score is 6-0. Back to the scoring we were talking about earlier. In the old scoring, it'd be 4-0, which is a more manageable match, but 6-0 is a larger lead with just 2 takedowns, so it really helps those wrestlers that are really good on their feet.
And at what point do they consider them outside the ring?
So it's 1 point of contact, so that should be out there. So if you have a toe in, you can be on the very edge of the mat, and as long as your toe's still in, that's another rule that they changed recently. It used to be 2 points of contact, so you'd have to have both toes or both knees or something, but now they changed that, so kind of opens the mat up a little bit more as well. Looks like Bear Lake's looking for a cradle again. Nina's scrambling, going to be back up to the neutral position. No escape awarded there. They're still locked up, so no escape. But we got a 2 reversal there. And looks like we're going to have blood time. And I believe, I'm not sure if they awarded an escape there for Bear Lake. We'll see, but so they did. Nina kind of stopped wrestling there because she had a bloody nose. But if you stop and the other opponent, if the ref stops, it doesn't matter. They'll still award the points as if the match is still going until they recognize. So we're back neutral here. And Bear Lake takes another shot, but Nina defends pretty well. She's back in on the other leg, though. And got another takedown for Bear Lake, so the score is 10-2.
Barely, nope, I was going to say, barely had a toe on there, but
Yeah.
looks like we're going back to the center.
A lot of times that helps when you're on the edge. If you can kind of work your way out, sometimes it's easier to get out from a fresh start neutral. That'll bring us to the end of the second period. With Rich, it's our choice. We're going to go top. We're down 8, so we're going to need a couple turns here on top or a pin for this one. But in wrestling, anything, you could be down 14 points and in 10 seconds you could win. So that's one of the things I love about wrestling. So it looks like Bear Lake has gotten out and is working, just got a reversal, came around the front. Now Bear Lake is up 10. Looks like Bear Lake's got a 2-on-1 locked up. Both hands are on Rich's arm, trying to tilt her to get a couple near fall points. But almost got her in a little scrambling situation there. And we're going to have an escape by Nina there, and she instantly shoots back in. And Bear Lake's in a position to score here. Nina's still on the leg, though. They're both in a position to score, actually. Nina's working to a little better position.
Halfway through the third period.
They just awarded and this is where you got to be careful when you're down 12 points, 3 more points, and it's a tech fall. Near fall points by Bear Lake right there. Not sure if they counted 2 or 3. They did count 3. And that'll end in a pin for Bear Lake.
Only 8 seconds to go.
So that'll be the end for the varsity girls, I believe, or for their duel. We'll have some extra matches a little later. Now we're going to work into the boys' duel, so we'll start at weight 150. Jasper Johnson versus Porter Little.
Nina's in that same category as Hillary, 4 nights in a row.
Yeah, it'll be a tough week for them. They got to rest up. So Bear Lake attempted a shot and was successful on Jasper. We got 3 points for Bear Lake. He's working on breaking him down, getting wrist control. In wrestling, if you can control their hands, you can pretty well control the rest of the body. So he is going to turn Rich to the mat and getting near fall points. And that'll be a pin for Bear Lake.
"42 seconds. It's pretty quick.
Yeah, fairly quick pin there. Now we'll have a Hudson Perry versus Joshua Gutierrez. I think these singlets are brand new for the boys. I haven't seen them wear them before, so. Hudson Perry goes for a shot there and will be successful, gets 3 points. Working the edge of the mat, trying to keep him in bounds. That way he can work a move. And they will be out of bounds though, so they're going to reset in the middle. Hudson Perry's looking to put in a leg with some leg riding. He's got his leg trapped there. He's going to try and work him over to get some near fall points. And he works him to his back. Didn't get a near fall there. It was close. He's got a Bear Lake's got a hold of our leg underneath.
Halfway through the period.
Can be a little dangerous for the top person when you start working around the front of the body. We got Hudson just locked up a cradle and is getting some near fall points here. The Bear Lake fights out of it though. We get 4 near fall. So that'll bring the score 7-0. Hudson goes to lock up another cradle, which he does, and he's going to get a few more near fall points.
Only got 12 seconds in the round.
He's working on trying to trap those legs, keep him from moving.
Yeah, just out of time.
That'll be the end of the period. Brings the score to 11-0. When I was mentioning earlier,
yeah,
the scoring, I mean, 11-0 at the end of the first period. In the old points, that'd be an unheard of or a crazy match, but with the getting more points off certain moves, it's pretty easy to get pretty high scores. We got Hudson on top, Bear Lake on bottom. Hudson's working his leg in again. So this is a double parallel leg ride. And he's getting some near fall. And he awarded 4 near fall, so that should be it right there with the tech fall for Rich.
It's not always that you get the parents in the background, Jaden, but if you watched his mom and dad across the way in the back of the camera, they have as good a move as he does on the mat.
We'll have Wilkes Weston versus Brant Thompson here at weight 165. Hudson goes in for a good double leg, and we'll get a takedown there for 3 points. That was a great, we call that a blast double, where it's almost like a football tackle, and you just catch their legs as you head out of bounds. It'll be a caution green. And Bear Lake's going to get an escape there. So we're back neutral. This match is a little more physical than some of the others we've seen there. Wilkes goes in for another double leg, but is unsuccessful. They're back up.
Hitting the 1 minute mark.
It's like Wilkes is looking to tie up here for a potential throw. Wilkes does go in for a shot there. He's got a single leg, but Bear Lake's also working to score from this position as well. And they will. They'll get a takedown. He's got a 2-on-1. Almost in a near fall scoring situation, but Wilkes scrambled back to his base.
25 seconds in the period.
That'll be out of bounds. They'll reset back in the center. Rich is on bottom, Bear Lake's on top.
14 seconds left.
And Wilkes does escape with a short time to go, so we're going to be probably tied 4-4 here going into the end of the first period. Wilkes does attempt to throw there and gives up 3 points there, so Bear Lake gets 3. So it's now 7-4, not tied.
How quick it can change, Jaden.
Red defers to green, so Red will have their choice third period. And green's gonna, Rich is gonna take down. Has broken Rich down and is working to get him turned. And Wilkes is back up to his feet, looking to get an escape, which he will get an escape. So we're back neutral, 5, Rich 5, Bear Lake 7. And Wilkes will take a good shot. A double legs, working to complete it. He's deep in on the legs. Trying to turn the corner. And he will get a takedown. So with that 3 points, Rich is up 1. It's 8-7.
Halfway through the period.
And Wilkes, he's getting in a little scramble situation. We'll have a reversal and he's on his back. Bear Lake's getting near fall. And Bear Lake will win with a pin there.
That's how quick it changes again, Jaden.
One moment you're winning on top, and then you can just quickly be on your back. So 175, we'll have Ryland Goff for Shared Goose Street.
Ryland was a beast in football this year. Definitely saw a lot of improvement out of him.
Ryland's in a front headlock situation out front there and is looking to get his points here. If he just get around, he'd get 3 points. There we go. There's a takedown. He's looking to break him down. These wrestlers that have longer arms, they can grab an ankle from almost anywhere. They can get them in better situations. We're in a near fall situation here. He's almost got him turned. What we call barbed wire. He's got both arms on one elbow, trying to get him turned, and he does right there.
Just past the 1 minute mark.
So they won't award any near fall until they get 2 counts, so they can't just give 1 point. They'll wait till that second near fall count.
25 seconds.
Looking to lock up a near side cradle right there, which he does, getting near fall points. And there's a pin by Ryan Goff. And next up, we're going to have Bailey Weston versus Tazen Nilsson. Looks like Bailey's working into a tie here, goes for a throw. Back step over and under lockup. He has him on his back with a forward-ear fall and ends with the pin. That was a great throw by Bailey Wett. Next up, we'll have Boston Jolly versus Andrew Jensen. And Boston gets a quick takedown and locks up a cradle. And ends with the pin. That'll be the
14 seconds.
That'll be the quickest one of the night right there, potentially at 14 seconds. And now we'll have Jordan Johnson versus David Philtrout. I'm not sure if I said the last name right there. I said it differently than Jesse did, but we apologize. These two are both very physical wrestlers.
Can you trash talk a little bit, Jaden, in the wrestling match?
Not really. I mean, there's not a lot of time to talk, but
saw a little bit of it going on there.
They're definitely getting pretty physical. You can tell the ref was kind of getting after him. You can be physical, but there's a little bit more extra to there on some of those tie-ups.
Yeah, I don't think they're talking about what they're going to be doing after the match.
You know, there's some wrestlers that in the match they look like they do not like each other, which probably is the most case, but then after the match they'll talk and you think they're friends, but
35 seconds left in this first round.
Jordan Johnson looking for a double underhook there. Bear Lake returns with an underhook. These heavier weights, you're not going to see quite as many shots. It's more of the upper body throws. You will see some, but
5 seconds.
Short time here. And that'll be no points. Rich attempted a headlock, but resulted in no points. It's going to be Red's choice, and he's going to choose down. Jordan Johnson working to just keep him down, but Bearlick does get an escape, so the score will be 1-0. We are back neutral. Jordan's working a collar tie with an overhook. Bear Lake attempts a small shot, but nothing happening from there. A lot of times, wrestlers, you'll see them collar tie up like this, and to the audience, it looks like they're just sitting there, but each wrestler is generally both looking for their move or their position out of it. A lot of times it looks the same, but there's different pressures and different points to where it gives the other wrestler an advantage.
.35 seconds in the second period.
And Jordan's got a double overhook locked up and slips off of it. Still has an overhook though. Goes for another headlock and is not going to be successful with it. It'll be 3 points for Bear Lake, a takedown. And we work back to our feet and get one escape, so it's 1-4. And that'll be the end of the first period. Jordan Johnson keeps working for a headlock.
Jordan getting a little bit of instruction from Coach Kupakornia.
Jordan Johnson's going to go down. A lot of times it's nice having a coach to help you kind of process where you want to be to get the most points you can. And so a lot of times that's why the wrestlers look to the corner so their coaches can help them decide where they want to go. Jordan Johnson is going to work almost up to his feet. We got locking hands on Bear Lake. So Jordan has a chance for a free move right here. Well, that's what we say, a free move. But they won't stop it if he's in a scoring position, which he was. So that's going to be a technical violation. We got 1 point for the locking hands and 1 point on the escape. So it'll be 3-4. So on that locking hands, the way, because he was almost neutral about to get out, they just hold it till he gets out. If Bear Lake would have returned him to the mat, then they would have stopped it and they would have reset. Or Rich is down one here with a minute 15 left in the first period.
No such thing as a timeout, Jaden. 1 minute to go in this third period.
The only timeouts are bloody noses. Jordan's got an overhook. He's down one. Bear Lake's got to be careful. If he's not working for anything, he might get hit with stalling. Jordan hits a beautiful over and under throw. He turns him to his back, getting near fall points. Gets a takedown. And is working for a pin here.
30 seconds.
It's one of Jordan's best moves there. Perfect save right from the very end. Great timing. We got 15 seconds left. Jordan Johnson still looking for a pin here. He'll come up. If he doesn't get a pin, he'll get 3 near fall at the least. Or 4 near fall, which will put him up 6 points. And that looks like it's going to be it.
That's the way to do a senior night, huh?
That's a great way. I myself have been on the back end of that over and under throw in practice. Jordan's got it. He's got it dialed. So. And we're going to have a forfeit at 106. Bear Lake will win that one, and then we'll have Tag Stewart 113 versus Cruz Smith. Now we're back to the lightweights. Bear Lake with a quick takedown. That'll be 3 points, Bear Lake. Tag works to his feet, and he will get an escape. So it is 1 point Rich, Bear Lake instantly goes back in for another shot, and we'll get another takedown. Bear Lake's got an arm bar, then switch back to a chicken wing on top. He's working to get him turned. Tag bases back up to his feet to defend it. And Bear Lake's going to try and put some legs in. It does not get it, but they break back down. If you have legs locked in and they go neutral standing up, it's a potentially dangerous, so they would stop it. That's why the ref almost stopped the match right there.
Got 50 seconds in this period.
And Bear Lake will get an arm bar. And he will get Rich turn. He's getting near fall points.
$25 seconds, but I was going to say, I don't think Tag's going to survive.
That'll be the match right there. It's one of the best pinning combinations right there. It's an armbar where you get it across your back. It's hard to do something when your arm's behind your back. You lose a lot of leverage. And now we're going to have Scotty Wakefield versus Kason Talbot at weight 120.
And his brother Jack and his mom Larianne got the cameras.
We got dual camera action right there.
Ready to shoot.
Scotty showed me a picture that they got at the last duel of him. He was pretty proud of it. They're scrambling. Bear Lake takes another shot, but Scotty works out of it and has an overhook.
$30 seconds in.
And Bear Lake will hit a duck under there and get 3 points. Scotty's working a hook and roll. You've got to be careful you don't turn your back on that. Scotty reaches back up for the head, which allows Bear Lake to get a half in.
Halfway through the period.
Bear Lake's got both of Rich's hands locked up underneath.
20 seconds.
Almost in a near fall position here. Kind of a scrambling.
Scotty, you got to hip over, not roll over.
7 seconds.
And that'll be the end of the first period. Bear Lake 3, Rich 0. And it'll be Rich's choice. And they're going to choose top.
Scotty, you wrestle outside.
Scotty working to break him down. He's going to single off on that leg. Bear Lake works around the front. We still have that leg. The Bear Lake's in a scoring position here. He does get a 2 reversal. So it is now 5-0 for Bear Lake.
It is the second round, but our scoreboard doesn't want to change for some reason.
And I think it shows. Bear Lake just keeps breaking. Rich back down to the mat when he tries to break back up.
1 minute to go in the second period.
And Rich will get an escape, so that is Rich 1, Bear Lake 5. They're both kind of going for a shot there. Both kind of caught each other right at the chest level. It's not too often you see both of them going at the same time.
Yep. 30 seconds.
Scotty does go for a double leg, but is going to be caught in a front headlock throwing situation. And they will award Bear Lake 3 points. And there will be near fall.
5 seconds.
Short time here. And that'll be the end of the second period. 4 near fall, so it'll be 12-1. It is Red's choice. Bear Lake will choose bottom. Scotty breaks him down quickly, keeping that leg, which is hard for him to break back up if you have your knee bent back like that, and he'll trap it.
It is 12-1. Score is not correct. Sorry.
And back neutral. Looks like Bear Lake will get 1 point escape, so it is 13-1. This is one of those. If Bear Lake gets a takedown here, it'll be a tech for Bear Lake. So we can't give up a takedown. And we hit a headlock. Almost rolled through it, but we did stay on top with 3 points with a takedown. So now it is 4-14. That'll help the point differential there. We got a minute in this type of a match for Rich. We're more looking, got to have a pin to win. It's hard to make up kind of that much ground at this
13 points with a minute to go.
And so Bear Lake will get another takedown. It's 17-4, but we almost in a scoring position, knocking them off balance. And I believe they'll award 4 near fall there, which should be and now
technical.
They 4 near fall there, and so that'll be the end of the match. Even if you get a quick reversal right after that, they award the 4 near fall, and that's the end of it. So a lot of times you think you were almost there to score, but then the point differential was just a little too much. So up next, we're going to have Jackson Jolly at weight 126 versus Sorum Ream.
I think we got our scoreboard fixed.
Yeah,
we'll find out.
And then the points on the duel itself, Rich has got 26 points and Bear Lake has 23, so we're up by 3 points in the duel for the boys. Bear Lake will take a quick shot, single leg. Jackson's, who will be successful on the single leg. But Jackson quick back up. Almost awarded 1 point. But it looks like we're going to have a reversal. I'm not sure if he awarded the 1 point or not, but at least we'll get 2 points here, which he did. He didn't escape. So it'll just be 2 points. We're in a near fall situation though, and a pin for Jackson Jolly.
Makes you wonder how much wrestling goes on at the Jolly House at night.
They probably have a mat in their basement. And then at 132, we'll have a forfeit with Bear Lake. And then 138, we'll also have a forfeit with Austin Van Syke, which I believe in terms of the duel for the boys, they will win. A lot of times, no one really talks about the scoring of the duels, but among the team, it's always something that you remember if you won or lost the duel, and looks like we're going to get a win tonight, so. Fairly close one, though. I believe it would be 38-35, so 3 points. Just one. If one match would have gone the other way, it would have been a different
result.
Different score, different. So now I think we're gonna jump back to some exhibition matches, extra matches for the girls.
Looks like they're gonna get Austin.
Oh, looks like they're gonna do his exhibition match right now, Austin Van Sykes. So this was an extra after the duel. Get him a match for on senior night. And after this match, we'll move into some of the extra girls' matches. Yeah, Austin Van Syke last weekend had a decent weekend at Bear Lake. He took second. Gets locked up in a headlock here. So that'll be 3 points for Bear Lake. Austin's working to lock his leg into rolling through. Tough situation when you're in a headlock down there. There's not a lot you can do. He's trying to hook that leg right there, which gets your hips in a different position to rolling through, which he does.
45 seconds.
Still not in a scoring position yet. They'll award 4 near fall. I'm not sure what Bear Lake had locked up there for a second with his leg, but Austin does fight out of that headlock. It's probably one of the harder moves to fight out of.
Got 15 seconds.
Bear Lake looking to lock up. Is going to get, right at the end, going to get 4 near fall, which gets the score to 11-0.
That's a hole, but as we've learned tonight, you can change that in 10 seconds.
Yep. And in this situation, we're going to go top. Certain wrestlers have their preferred position, and Austin's fairly good on top. Bear Lake's going to get a quick reversal, though. That'll be 2 points. They awarded 2 points, but they're still sort of in a scrambling situation. And then they will. Austin is back on his back right there, and that'll be some near fall points. And that'll be the end of the match with a pin.
30 seconds into the second round.
It was either a pin or going to be a tech fall. So.
Yep.
So now we're going to jump. We're going to jump into the girls' extra matches, where they don't have a lot of girls, so they these extra matches they might be different weights actually, so they just kind of match them together so they can get a good match for the night. So right now we're going to have Vivi Lopez versus Samantha Harper.
Is Samantha the same one that wrestled Hillary earlier?
I believe so. No, Hillary wrestled Kaylee earlier.
Okay.
Nina wrestled Samantha.
There you go. That's what 30 seconds in.
Bear Lake shoots in with a single leg. Vivi's defending with the front headlock. She does get back, working a front headlock position here. No points there.
Minute into the first round.
Bear Lake will shoot another shot. Vivi defends, back in the front headlock.
30 seconds.
Vivi with an overhook. Bear Lake's looking to lock up a front headlock there, but it's not successful.
Less than 10 seconds.
A lot of action has happened in this duel right in the last seconds of the match. You've got a lot of points scored. A lot of times when you think it's the end of the period, and then you'll have quick points scored. So it'll be Red's choice, so Bear Lake. And Bear Lake's going to take bottom, so Rich will be on top. Vivi with the attempted mat return, but not successful, so it'll be 1 point Bear Lake, back neutral. In practice, a lot of times we work neutral a lot because sometimes you'll spend all 6 minutes on your feet. We spend more time probably on our feet than not, so. Bear Lake works some sort of arm drag kind of throw thing there, but is not successful. We've got about 1 minute left in the second period. Bear Lake 1, Rich. Vivi goes in for a shot, a single leg, but is not successful. It comes back up neutral. And Bear Lake will go for a shot, a single leg in pretty deep on the leg. Vivi's working to get back. She breaks it and is working to get some points here. She can just, Bear Lake's like about to trying to lock it up again. We're in a front headlock situation
30
there.
30 seconds.
It was a good scramble by both opponents. Vivi works her back down with 20 seconds left. She's in a front headlock position.
10 seconds.
10 seconds. Short time in the match. Bear Lake's looking more defensive right here, and Vivi's trying to get some points. And that'll be the end of the second period. Score still 1-0.
Coach Cornea giving Vivi some advice. This is the tightest one we've seen into the third round.
And Vivi's going to choose down. So score 0-1. Yeah, close match right here. Vivi quickly works up to her feet, is brought back down, and is in near fall position. In a close match like this, you don't want to give up any points. And there will be near fall points here by Bear Lake, looking for a pin. Whoops. Camera's getting a little wild right here. Vivi does work off of her back to her arms are trapped though. And
got a minute, that can do it.
That'll be a pin right there. That was a good close match.
Yeah, Vivi fought hard.
And so now we'll have at 115 Hazel Wilson versus Sophia Ream. Hazel gets a quick outside single and isn't able to score off of it. Reaches in again. And she's going to get a takedown off that and get her turned to her back, get some near fall points. Hazel's one of our newer wrestlers. She's doesn't have a lot of mat time, but is doing great. A lot of times we see the same move pretty frequently, but she's got that outside single pretty dialed right now. We'll get 2 near fall there, so the score will be 5-0. They turned her over again. We're looking for more near fall here. This is where you want to stay in bounds. You got to be careful. You got to keep at least 1 point in bounds.
Got 45 seconds to go. Coach Lisa Jolly getting as close as she can to give Hazel some instruction.
It's pretty beneficial when you're on this side of the mat. It's hard for the other coaches to talk to their
30 seconds.
Working there with different holds. Coaches are trying to coach her on moving arms in different directions to try and get a pin there. But we'll come up with 4 near fall, so it'll be 9-0 coming to the end of the first period.
5 seconds.
And that'll be the end of the first period. Rich 9, Bear Lake 0.
Yeah, Hazel started out playing basketball at the beginning of the season and then quickly switched over to wrestling.
I think that's where girls wrestling is pretty beneficial. Some of these girls that before all they had was girls basketball, and maybe they're only doing it for the social aspect versus sometimes they're better fits in a different sport.
She does have that leg move down.
She gets an outside single there again with 3 points. It is 12-0.
.30 seconds into the second period.
Hazel's working to break her down. Which she does. Now she'll look for a half, Nilsson. She's going to sink it deep and is going to start to turn her. If she gets more, if she gets 3 near fall here, she will win the match.
That should do it.
That'll,
minute to go.
Should be a tech fall when they reset. They'll still hold the pinning combination there because if they do win with a pin,
more points.
Yep, you get more points. So that'll do it. That'll be a tech fall for Rich. So I believe now we're going to move on to the boys' extra matches.
At 145, we have Lexi Brown versus Katie Bear. Scratch that.
Yeah, that'll.
Looks like
they had a match for Lexi Rao, but that's not going to happen, which after you get all psyched out to wrestle and then that doesn't happen. That can't be easy.
On deck, we have
Looks like you're going to get Traxton Chandler.
We'll have Traxton Chandler versus Adam Bishop. A lot of times on these dual nights, we've got multiple kids at multiple weights, so it's nice when we can get some extra matches in. Everyone can get a match.
I wish we could show it off camera, but Coach Jolly is showing Hazel Wilson how to finish that one off that she was just in.
A lot of the best coaching moments in wrestling are right after a match, and so Traxton Chandler was on a single leg. Now he's back behind. We'll break him down for 3 points.
Hey, dig that arm out. Dig that arm out.
30 seconds into the round.
Traxton Chandler looking for a cradle here. Looks like he is going to get it locked up. He rolls him over. He's going to get some near fall.
Minute into the round.
Looks like we'll get a 4 near fall here out of this at least. And that'll be four near fall there, so it'll be 7-0 Rich. Traxton gonna put a leg in, a crossbody leg ride. Doesn't quite have the toe locked in, so he's in a little situation there.
30 seconds. You can hear the coaches yelling, get that toe in.
A lot of times you practice things in practice, then when you get them on the mat, you forget some of the crucial little details, which if you don't do it perfectly, it can get you in trouble.
5 seconds.
That'll be the end of the first period. It'll be Bear Lake's choice to begin with. They're going to defer back to Rich. It'll be our choice. And Chandler's going to go on bottom. Right off the whistle, we'll go for sort of a stand-up, but it's unsuccessful. Catches an arm out front and keeps hand control out front. When you're wrestling on top, you get your arm caught out front. It's kind of hard to work your move that you want to do. So pretty effective on bottom if you can keep wrist control and then work into what you want.
One minute into the round.
Get another cradle locked up, this time for Bear Lake. Gonna get near fall counted. About a minute left.
Breaks the cradle.
We will break that cradle. It'll be 4 points for Bear Lake, which brings the score 7-4.
.30 seconds. Ten seconds. Gonna have to hurry if they're gonna get this one.
Yeah, Now looking to lock up another cradle. I was going to say, never say never. We've had some 4-year calls with 4 seconds left in a match or in the period. So there'll be no points there. There'll be 7-4. It's Bear Lake's choice. They're going to choose top again. So they're down by 3, but they pretty well stayed on top that last round. So
yeah, all 2 minutes, yep.
Smart decision. So we need to, for Rich, they're in a good spot if you don't get turned up 3 points. But Bear Lake pretty good on top this last round, so. Traxon's got an arm caught out front again. We've had quite a bit of action tonight in these duels where there hasn't been any stall calls called at all. We've had each match has moved pretty quickly. Each wrestler working a lot of moves.
Traxon getting a lot of advice from his brother-in-laws. Well, I guess one brother-in-law, Corrigan Conk, and Riker's giving him some good advice, shouting from the stands as well. You got 50 seconds.
Bear Lake was trying to lock up a cradle there, was unsuccessful. With 45 seconds, you don't want to get turned to your back in this situation with 4 near fall. He's got a leg trap with 30 seconds left, trying to lock up another cradle. Traction is
20 seconds.
Down. Right now on bottom, you just want to stay in a good defensive position, not give up anything. Stalling calls are kind of going to be non-existent in the last 10 seconds, points-wise anyway. It looks
6 seconds.
If he can hold it right there, that'll be the match. Great match, ended up 7-4. Chandler with the win.
Spends almost 4 minutes total on his on the bottom, but still came away.
Now we'll have at 157 Riker Kirk versus Brant Thompson. Minute 30 left. The first period. These two are pretty physical, moving around the whole mat. Both kind of working for head position and hand position to set up a shot or some sort of throw. So that was a stalling on green. If they push you out of bounds and you don't turn back in, then it's a stalling call. That'll be 3 points Bear Lake on a takedown.
Got 30 seconds to go in the round.
Uh, 10 seconds left. Bear Lake still on top. And that'll be the end of the first period. 3-0 for Bear Lake. It is Green's choice. And we're going to choose neutral.
Riker getting some instruction from Coach Cornea.
A lot of times when your coach talks to you right after a period or something, they might not be doing what you're regularly doing in practice or what you're good at. So want to get back to the basics. And matches are great times to try some new things, but generally not branch out too far. Stick to what you know. Kirk will go in for a short shot there, but well defended.
I think if you had a pattern of where they've touched on the mat, Jaden, they've used almost every inch of it.
About everywhere. That's why they're so big. Some people use the whole mat, others don't leave the center. Working the edge can sometimes be to your benefit as you push your opponent to the edge and they got to circle back in or push back in. You can work a different move.
1 minute into this second round.
So that'll be 1 point red. Stalling, you can't back off the mat. You have to circle in. They call it stalling because if they send you out the mat, they'll stop it. So they hit you for stalling. And Bearlick will quickly get a takedown off that, which brings the score 7-0. And Bearlick on top, working for barbed wire right there. Slipped my mind for a second. And he's got near fall and will end with a pin.
Minute and a half into the second period.
And looks like next we're going to have Hudson Perry versus Porter Little. We've got about 7 matches left for the evening. Yeah, so we Hudson Perry versus Porter Little. And sometimes we're able to get 2 matches for, even if we have a lot of guys, it'll be Hudson's second match of the night. And barely kind of breaks us down there, but Hudson's able to return back to neutral. Working with an overhook. And goes for a throw of a lateral drop, but slips off the arms, which will lead to a bare leg takedown, 3-0.
.30 seconds in.
Bear Lake's was tight on that arm for a little bit there. Hudson Perry reaching back to grab a leg. His leg was trapped. And Bear Lake goes to look for a cradle. I'm not sure if it's locked up from our point of view. Appears that it is locked up, and it is. Get some near fall here. And that'll be a pin for Bear Lake.
And I think we get the first match for Porter Keach for the evening.
Yes, Porter Keach versus Jackson Reese.
Do you know if Porter wrestled in Kaysville, where he came from before?
I don't.
Maybe it was Kearns. I just know.
No, I think it is Kaysville or Davis. Coach Larsen, my brother, was joking with him. We're going to Bountiful this weekend, and he was joking with him. We're going to your home country.
There you go.
Hometown. He's going to have to show us the ropes of Bountiful. Porter Keach takes a good double leg takedown right there. will get 3 points. Ref is going to stop the match for blood time. Blood time, the only timeouts in wrestling.
There you go. And looks like your brother gets to do a little cleanup job.
Yep.
We're going to try to take a quick break. How about that?
WattSmart is Rocky Mountain Power's energy efficiency program. WattSmart provides rebates to residential customers for energy efficiency upgrades made around the home. Devices and appliances that use electricity in your home can usually be made more efficient, and that can save you money and energy. When you decide to make upgrades, we have rebates available for you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
We'll be back. Got all the blood cleaned up. And Rich will take time. He's back on top. And Bear Lake good at standing up here. Going to keep returning him to the mat though.
Hasn't awarded the point yet, correct, Jaden?
So points for a takedown, yes, but no near fall points yet. And Rich's team pretty animated right now. This is probably one of Porter's first wins potentially. He hasn't made it too many of the tournaments, so team's there to rally and support him. And looks like Bear Lake is going to get a reversal. Porter just slipped off that hold he was in.
30 seconds to go.
And the score is 3-2. Rich is still up.
Porter's got to hang on for 20 seconds. And that's not going to be good.
And a near fall, man. That'll do it. Next up, looks like we're going to have Ian Adams versus Andrew Jensen.
That was a quick turnaround.
Yes. Anything can happen. You're on top, doing well, and then
and once again, Coach Corney is showing Porter exactly what he wanted him to learn.
That's one of the things I do love about wrestling is there's a lot of time for teaching moments right after a match to help get prepared for the next one. Versus other team sports, you got to wait a whole week to get all your instruction in for mistakes made, but
Ian, another freshman, so you got building the program from the bottom up.
yeah, looks like we got a few freshmen this year. We're losing 2 boys. Bear Lake there with a duck under to take down 3 points.
45 seconds to go in the first round. "30 seconds. Ian looked like he's just trying to stay flat as best he can.
Yeah. Sometimes it's beneficial short time. If you base up, you give up leverage. Then other times you might get called for stalling, just sitting down there, but he does base up there. Try to get some quick points right at the end. Looks like that'll probably do it for the first period. With Bear Lake 3, Rich 0. And looks like Rich is going to have the choice. And we're going to choose neutral.
Always got a bunch of experts in the stands, Jaden, that know exactly what you're supposed to do, right?
Yes.
Can you hear anybody at all?
Generally, no. I mean, I always could hear my dad's booming voice on the mat when I needed to, but even then, not too often, so. Especially with headgear on.
Yeah, I was going to say, headgear doesn't help.
It kind of muffles. You normally don't hear too much. Looks like Ian's going to try and lock up a headlock here. Flirting with out of bounds, but they're going to stay in for the moment. There'll be no points there. And Bear Lake's going to
1 minute to go in the period.
Into a shot. Ian's he's in a front headlock situation. He's got his head locked up there with his arm. If he can break him down, he's in a good scoring position. Looks like he's going to work a duck under there for 3 points. And that'll be a pin for Bear Lake.
That changed in a hurry.
And next we'll come back to Jordan Johnson versus Jace Farmer. Luckily that some of our bigger guys will get a couple matches. It's not always the case that these teams have. Some bigger guys normally go without matches, but we lined up great with Bear Lake tonight to get a few matches in. Hard part with wrestling earlier in the match that kids that watch you, they already know kind of the moves you're going to go for, so there shouldn't be a lot of surprises, but there still sometimes is.
Got to come up with some new moves that you didn't show in the first match.
Yeah. Looks like Jordan almost had a duck under there. Working for a bear hug here. Got arms almost locked underneath. When it comes to these heavyweight matches and they get a bear hug locked up, I imagine they're similar size to bears.
I was going to say,
probably where the name
I did
came
not
from.
know, Jaden, that there was such a move in wrestling.
It's called a bear hug. That's when you're locked underneath both arms across the back. And
got 14 seconds. This period has gone quickly.
yeah, Jordan's pretty well, I'd say, had a lot of, barely goes for a headlock right here to end the match, but no points scored. So we are 0-0 going in the second period. And it's going to be Rich's choice. We're going to choose bottom. And every team calls moves sometimes different things, so even though that's what we call it, but some moves are across the board. But
yeah,
Bear Lake's on top here. Jordan's looking for a roll, a hook and roll. Bear Lake's getting high with their legs. Jordan is able to roll him off, but instead of a reversal, we get 1 point there. And we're back neutral.
Yep. Wish we had a camera the other way, because Jordan's dad, Jared, is making moves in the stands, which I'm sure aren't going to. Jordan can't quite see what his dad's showing him, but.
Sometimes you more can see than hear. Sometimes you'll catch an eye from your coach and read their lips, but. Jordan looking for, working kind of a duck under here.
Got a minute to go in the second round.
They're going to work for a throw here, underhook, but Bear Lake got a scramble situation there. And we're going to be back neutral with 10 seconds left in the second period. I'm surprised there were no points there.
Yeah, I am too.
And that'll probably take us to the end of the second period, where I believe it's Bear Lake's choice. And Rich is up 1. And Bear Lake is going to choose bottom. And is going to quickly get an escape there, so it is 1-1. We're back tied up, neutral for another minute 48 left.
Is there such a thing as overtime in wrestling, Jaden?
There is, so the first overtime would be back neutral, sudden death, so we can see a lot of this if no scoring happens.
First one to score points wins?
Yep. In the first one, there's 4 overtimes total. And Jordan was going for a headlock there, but slipped off. So Bear Lake will be on top with the takedown.
Minute and 15 seconds.
And down 3 points, right on the edge of the out of bounds. We're going to be getting escape there. So we're 2-4. Well, Bear Lake goes for another sort of a throw. And we'll get another takedown. And we're down 5. Jordan's down 5 with 50 seconds to go in the third period. He's going to return him back down. And 20 seconds left. Jordan Bear Lake has a leg in there, which could lead Jordan's got to score, got to get 5 points here, finish out the match. The win. Looks like that's probably going to do it. With a win for Bear Lake, 7-2.
That was a tough match.
Yeah.
Again, Jordan working on a 4-day event.
And next up, we'll have Tag Stewart versus Ross McPherson. Looks like Tag's going to attempt a headlock there, but didn't quite get it to the mat. No points have been awarded yet. And there will be 3 points for Bear Lake. He slipped off the head on that headlock.
30 seconds into the round.
And Bear Lake's going to have a chicken wing hold here. Bear Lake's going to return Tag back to the mat as he stood up. And going to have another chicken wing hold. And he's going to start to run a chicken wing. Tag is based up to his knees, but is going to get turned for near fall.
Got 25 seconds into the round.
That'll be another 4 near fall, score 11-0 for Bear Lake. And Bear Lake's going to put a leg in there, but it'll slip out. And locks up a cradle. Short time left. If he gets 4 near fall here, that'll be the end of the match, but I think we'll hold off for a second period. That was a good fighting by Tag right there to avoid near fall. It is going to be Green's choice, and we're going to choose top. A lot of times in these matches, when it's your choice, you wish it's your choice, because then you can choose what you want to do when it's a high point differential versus waiting for the third period. Bear Lake will quickly stand up to their feet. And Tag is working to return, and no points have been awarded for an escape yet. They got to separate. And so that'll be a reversal for Bear Lake.
Come on, Tag, you got it.
30 seconds into the second period.
Tag has an arm across his back. It's a move called Thread the Needle. It's a hard move to get out of, but Tag successfully gets out of it. It's one of the hardest moves to get out of right there, and Tag did a great job of getting his arm back.
My guess is that would be from experience, knowing Tag's been at this for quite a few years.
Ross, let him up and take him down.
And that'll be another takedown.
Yeah!
And that'll be a tech fall for Bear Lake.
Nice job, Tag.
At 126, Jackson Jolly.
And we'll have Jackson Jolly versus Bill Gutierrez. We'll have one more match after this to close out the evening.
And it'll be one of your seniors.
Jackson Jolly will work a near side cradle. And he gets it locked up right there, which should be a takedown, I believe, if it is locked up.
Coach Tyson Larsen giving him instruction, and Jackson's looking that direction. No points awarded yet.
Almost in a near fall position there, which
got a minute into the round.
Had that cradle. It's just kind of his body's in an awkward position to not lock it up. It's been locked up in a cradle there for almost a minute.
Yeah, there. I think he's going to get him.
Might get some points here, which will
30
give us
seconds to go.
in a not a great position with the rest of his body, though. Got to be careful. He does get a takedown with 3 near fall there with 10 seconds left, but now he's got to be careful not to get a reversal here, which does happen.
2 seconds.
Time. And so I believe the score, it'll be 7 for Rich, and I think they awarded 2 near fall there. So no, it looks like they gave him 3, so it'll be 7-5. And Jolly's going to go back neutral. And Bear Lake with sort of a snap down, which leads Jackson into a great double leg. See if he can finish it. And kind of in a similar position as we were all last period with in a cradle, but he is going to get it locked up sooner with points here. This kid, very flexible, Bear Lake. Is going to get
near fall. Did he get 2?
He did get 4 near fall here, but as long as it's still locked up, they won't award it because he can turn it back over, which he's going to. This Bear Lake kid's very flexible, going to be pretty hard to pin here. He'll just get 4 near fall out of that move, which will bring the score to 14-5 for Rich. Jolly they're going to award a reversal here. And just a reversal, no near fall was awarded there.
40 seconds in the second round.
Jolly up 7.
$15 seconds to go.
That'll bring us to the end of the second period. Rich 14, Bear Lake 7. And it is Bear Lake's choice. Red is going to choose bottom, or Bear Lake. And Jolly is quickly, we're looking for another cradle, which we've seemed to catch him in quite a bit. But he has Parallel leg ride locked in right now. And looking for a point situation here. There could have been near fall there, but was not awarded. Where our legs are still locked in. Jolly is still in control there. In a little trouble, but still in control.
30 seconds gone into this third period.
And he works back into scoring position. Got to be careful there. You can get if you're on offense on top of you or on your back, you can get yourself pinned. But they award a reversal there, so it'll be 9. Should be 9-4. They're showing 17. Maybe they awarded some near fall there that I missed.
That would have had to have been 3 points, so.
I am not positive. Maybe they awarded
45 seconds to go in the match. Jackson trying to hold on.
He's up 8 points. He can pretty well just try and stay there and do nothing and pull out a win on this one. Got to be careful not to give up near fall or a pin.
We saw Traxton Chandler pull it off earlier in the night. We'll see if Jackson can hold on another 20 seconds.
Got 20 seconds left, 15 seconds now. And 8 seconds left. Bear Lake's gonna have to act fast if they want to get a pin here. And we're going to be out of bounds with 1.7 seconds left. That should do it for Jackson. Be hard to get a pin in 1.27 seconds, so be a really quick one. And that'll do it for Rich. The win by decision.
And our final match of the evening, senior Austin Van Soyk.
I believe that they might have wrestled this match earlier.
Oh, that's right. They did it at the end. That could do it.
Match of the evening. So,
well, we're going to take a commercial break, and then we will come back with some quick comments.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. From insulation and scaffolding to paintings and coatings, our crews are standing by to assist with new construction, maintenance projects, facility shutdowns, and more. Contact us today to ensure your assets are protected and functional. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Welcome to the town of Randolph, located in northern Utah. The first group of settlers came from St. Charles, Idaho in March of 1870. We are a town of great extremes, from 90 degrees in the summer to minus 40 degrees in the winter, and we hold the record for the coldest temperature ever recorded in Utah at minus 50 degrees. Randolph is a small, friendly community that strives to preserve our rural heritage and small town feel. Enjoy the feeling each time you visit Randolph. Go Rebels!
We appreciate you watching online, mylocalradio.com. Obviously, not a lot of commercials, but you have seen the banner going on below. We appreciate all of our sponsors and the station on Main for our scoreboard. Jaden, if you were going to give a play of the night or a move of the night, who would you give that to?
I'd probably give that to Jordan Johnson in the first duel. That his over and under throw, well-timed, really close match to close it out. That would probably one of the best timely moves of the night.
Late in the third period, he pulls that off. And besides saying goodbye to a couple seniors, we do have a player of the match. Who would you give that to?
That'd probably be Boston Jolly with his quick pin with 14 seconds.
14 seconds. Yep, that is impressive. We appreciate you tuning in tonight. Little calendar update for you. Tomorrow, the wrestlers will be in action in Bountiful, Friday and Saturday. And we will stream the girls and boys basketball games at the Kemmer tournament. The girls and boys both playing Kemmer tomorrow, and Big Piney and Farson on Saturday. And the cheerleaders in competition at the regionals at UVU. Again, thanks to all our sponsors, and we will see you tomorrow night. Go Rebels.